Hi everyone, it's a whole new week. I have new tarot cards for you. I hope that last week turned out great for you. I know we got that Eight of Wands, which is like, the procrastination card, and I was certainly feeling it, but I did finish that book. Thank goodness. So I'm finishing up edits tonight and it'll go off to the editor. That's Sedona's Sanctuary. It will be out in October. It came out so good. I can't wait for you to read it. Anyway, I hope that you all got things done as well. And I have new cards for you. My primary guide, Morgan, I used the pendulum and she drew our cards for us. Let's see what this week has in store. First up, King of Swords. I'm back to the Mystic Dreamer deck for right now. We're getting close to my time of year, to October. I got my little purple lights up. Anyway, getting close to October, so I'll start switching up to some Halloween decks for you guys because I love those. And anyway, back to the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is your masculine energy. This is right and wrong, authority, making money, that kind of thing. And swords is the element of air. So this represents our thoughts, real in our head, not actually out in the world. And the king is, a lot of times you might be consumed by your thoughts about things like your job, making money, all that kind of thing. And you're good at it. You can see, the landscape behind them is good, but you see how far away those birds are, those spirit guides, right? They're pretty far away. So tune in and meditate. Get out of your head, talk to someone, get your ideas out, even if you write them on paper or send someone an email, all that kind of thing. This is what this is talking about, all right? Next up, Six of Swords. We are going to be head cases this week. So again, air, so this is our thoughts, but it goes in a cycle from ace to 10. And so when you look at the six, usually no matter what deck, you're on a boat, you're on some sort of thing that's moving, and you're surrounded by swords. However, if you turn around, you can drive that boat. You just have to turn around and take control. So this calls to that we might be doing things this week that we feel like we know aren't really a good idea. They aren't really what we want to do, but we feel like we have to. We feel trapped, like we're, just going downstream. So remember this card when this happens this week. Again, look how far away those spirit guides are. When we get trapped in our heads, a lot of air cards, a lot of swords, a lot of times it cuts off that crown chakra, so we aren't in touch with our spirit guides and our angels. So this week, really try and meditate, call them in, ask for help, ask for clarity. That can really help you to take those swords out and turn around and grab that rudder and drive that boat. You have the power. It's all in your head that you can't. All right? And finally, oh my gosh, you guys, this is so, when stuff like this happens, again, all my hair is standing up, but I shuffled, I cut the deck, and Morgan drew the cards, but look at this, Queen of Swords. So really, this week, really try hard not to live inside your head. If you feel frustrations building up or worries or anything like that, talk, get it out, work on that throat chakra and get that out, that communication, because this week your inclination is going to be to hold all these things in. So you can see, I wish it would come in better focus here, but anyway, she is not smiling, not happy, big sword. She's ready to take on the world all by herself, because that's how we get when we're stuck in our head, right? We think that no one can help us. It goes back to that Six of Swords where someone else is driving the boat and I just have to go along with it. And that isn't true. Remember, it's air. It's all in your head. So this is your female side. So this is your nurturing, this is manifesting, all that kind of thing. So maybe you've been thinking about manifesting an idea, but the King of Swords is telling you, you can't afford to do that right now, right? So these two are really ganging up on you to cut off that crown chakra. So this week, really try and meditate, open that up, and communicate with people. Get it out of your head, right? All right. And then I had Morgan draw one oracle card using the mermaid deck, because this week I will be starting the next Immortal Pirate book. So I thought water would be good. Let's see what we got. Wow, you guys, we got telepathy, which in this deck is all about communication. So it's actually, even though it's telepathy, it's not that we're suddenly going to be able to read each other's minds. It's actually the opposite. Since we can't read each other's minds, let's communicate so that we can get the ideas across, right? So, oh my gosh, we got all three. All three plus our oracle card are all about communication. So this week, watch out for miscommunications. Watch out for if you feel like your feelings are hurt about something, really sort it out and talk it out, because it could be that in your head you've worked it into this big thing that it doesn't have to be, right? So this week, don't torture yourself being stuck in your head. We got all these cards, all these warnings from Morgan that this week's going to be, we need to focus on communication. So let's all do that this week. All right. So to wrap up, we got the King of Swords. This is your masculine side. This is making money, rules, judgment, all that kind of thing, taking care of others in your family, maybe, or your household, or your roommates, or whatever. Tune in to your spirit guides and your angels, meditate, bring them closer, and get it out of your head. And the Six of Swords. So when you feel like you are being drugged downstream and you can't help it, you can't change, this is how it goes, remember this card and go, wait a second, that is just in my head. My head is telling me that. I'm going to communicate, I'm going to grab that rudder and drive the boat, right? You have that power. Our brains are not our friends sometimes, so don't let your brain start telling you these things like it's the honest truth. Remember, it's air. It's air. All right. And the Queen of Swords. So your female side is also going to be living in your head this week. Again, don't forget to meditate. Ask angels for clarity, because a lot of times when we're caught up in our head, we lose that clarity, right? And finally, the telepathy card, which is, again, clear communication. Be sure that people that you're working with, people you live with, everyone you interact with, be sure that your communication is clear. It might seem clear to you, but maybe not so much to them. So be sure that you get everything out. Talk about it, write it down, whatever it takes, but be sure that your communication is clear this week. Whew. So this is going to be a week of be sure that you say what you mean. And speaking of that, you can leave questions in the comments. I always try to answer them. Also, if you would like, my coffee link is down there. I always appreciate the tips. They make my day and they keep me in Starbucks tea, which helps me write. So anyway, there's worse habits, right? Anyway, the link is down there if you would like to send me a tip. That's always appreciated. There is also a link down there for one-on-one 30-minute readings. I do them over Zoom. So you can click that link and get all of the information, and we'll get you on the schedule. I do them worldwide now because of Zoom, so I would love to read for you. And finally, there is a link down there for my Patreon, where I post sneak peeks of works in progress, of things that aren't even out yet, and you can read scenes. So, and lots of the content over there is free. So don't be afraid to click that. You won't have to pay to read everything. But there are some secret things in there that only my patrons get to read. They just got a new short story last week. So anyway, thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and feel free to share so your friends can get a free reading. All right? Have a super week. I will see you next week. Bye.